Craft Me Daddy. I'm Tiff.
I'm Althea.
And today, give me your fucking glass. We're going to talk, we're going to do some crafting, and we're going to craft some dangly bits. Actually, just some dangly earrings. So we have some chains. You can't really see it. Oh, you can see it. So there's some chains. I have all of the necklace or the earring pieces here. So we're going to make dangly earrings. I have some swords. I have some cool ass fucking swords and some moths. And I think, what do you got? You got some keys.
I just have a million keys.
Yeah.
And a little elephant and 2 beads, like shiny beads.
2 little shiny beads. And then, but before I talk about what we're going to talk about.
Well, cheers, bitch.
Oh, yeah. We're going to cheers, bitch. Oh, that's...
Oh, wow.
That's good.
It doesn't really taste like wine.
It almost has got like a mulled wine to it.
Like that's, sweet, like strong wine.
But I have a present for you.
Oh, I forgot I was supposed to get it. And I just totally sunk into my hole.
So I went to Louisiana, and I was in New Orleans, and I went to the French Quarter, and they have like a market and everything, and I just saw this thing, and I was like, holy shit, I gotta get this. And so I did.
Wait, let me guess. Is it a demonic baby?
2 of them. It's 2 of them.
Or maybe it's something witchy. I might scream, so just warning you.
Zero children were harmed in my trip to Louisiana. But no, it's a set of earrings.
Oh my god, those are huge.
They are, but
I love big earrings.
And they're different. And so I thought it was really cool. And then obviously in Louisiana, especially because I was there for Halloween, right? But like they're really big on like the voodoo and stuff. So like it's, basically it's kind of like Day of the Dead, but in Louisiana or in New Orleans, like every day is Day of the Dead when it's like the voodoo capital of the world.
Really?
Well, I mean, kind of. But I just
when
really
I saw it,
I just thought of it. Like I just thought of you, and like sometimes you have like one earring that's like longer or whatever. And I knew it was kind of big, but I was like,
I love it.
I just thought it was like, I don't know. It just was so. It was so you.
Oh, just that you thought of me. I love it, and it is me. Like I like wearing super big earrings.
Yeah, they're like
dark,
it's like a bold statement, and like but still like bright with colorful.
It's like a story on my ears. Yeah, bright and colorful.
Except for that kind of looks like Brian
my boyfriend.
Like,
never mind.
Whoa.
I didn't know you were going to say that.
Just kidding. Well, because he always wears a top hat, so that's funny. I mean, that sounds weird. He doesn't always wear a top hat. He's like
I didn't know
like
he
right
wore
now.
a top hat.
But he has one. And he's like, do you have a head I can place this on? Because I can't sit on a flat table. And I was like, whoa, okay.
And I'm going to wear these right now. I forgot to wear earrings tonight.
So. Oh my God, I forgot earrings too. Well, luckily, we're also making them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, let me see. Oh, yeah, they are. They're fucking big. Oh, yeah, when they hang like that. Dude, those are fucking...
This is wonderful. I love it.
Well, then I figured, like, you could always, like, if you wanted to wear one and then have, like, a different one on the other side. But I don't know, you always wear, like, these bold statement earrings. And I was like...
that's totally me.
I love it.
This is totally me. And I like having them different, too, because it's like... But then they're kind of the same, like... It's like...
If you don't love it, also you're fine.
Oh, I do.
You could hang them on your Christmas tree as ornaments.
I'm not a good actor, so.
Oh, that's fair.
If I didn't like them, you'd probably know.
I actually don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
No, I think you'd be like, these are the best things I ever had.
Like in a bad acting way?
No, I think that you would. I don't know. I just can't ever see you like not liking something that, even if you didn't like it, you're just a nice person. You're so nice that like you just can't.
Well, yeah, if I didn't like them, just because it's not like on the show, I don't want to be like,
yeah, like that actually would be some quality content, right? You're like, oh my God,
so messed up though.
These fucking earrings are. But again, like I said, you could hang them on a tree. Be like, look at this ornament Tiff got me.
I'm also gonna have. Yeah, they'd be good ornaments for Christmas tree this year.
They'd be both. You know.
I mean, I don't know if I'd wear this out in public. Just go grocery shopping.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely not like grocery shopping earrings. Yeah. They might be like, I'm going to like, well, and when I went it was for Halloween too. So it's like, it might be more of like I'm rocking like a Halloween or like a skull. You're wearing like a skull shirt and then you have your skull earrings or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
And then what we're going to talk about. Well, that was a pause. I'm going to have to fucking edit out. God damn it.
No.
It's not crazy. And it's actually not really long.
I just can't wait. 'Cause she didn't tell me.
It didn't.
I cannot wait.
So I'm just going to start talking until we figure out what it is that I'm talking about.
Oh, you're not going to talk about it.
No, you're not going to say what the topic is. I'm just going to start talking about it. I'm just going to... Okay, guys. All right. So, all right. So I'm actually going to start off with the problem being female hysteria. Okay. So in the 19th century, doctors believed that women could suffer from a disease called hysteria. Symptoms include anxiety. That sucks. I clearly have hysteria. Irritability. Oh, shoot. Diagnosable. Fainting, insomnia, nervousness, fluid retention, sexual desire, or simply existing with an opinion.
This sounds like the witch hysteria, like when they thought they were a witch.
Pretty much.
When they had these symptoms.
So this is like later on, right? So then when you have these symptoms, instead of being a witch, you're suffering from female hysteria. All right. So the supposed cause was a wandering uterus, is what they called it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like it just was doing whatever it wanted inside your body. Doctors imagined the uterus like floating around in the body, causing chaos, essentially.
Is this for real? Like this?
This is for real.
This
is
so
1800s
so dumb.
Female hysteria. Okay, so the cure was a pelvic massage. So the treatment involved a manual genital massage by a doctor or a midwife until the woman experienced a hysterical paroxysm.
So, what do you pelvic? Do you mean like he was like right above her crotch? Like the pelvic area? Like where exactly was he massaging her?
A manual genital massage. Do you understand what genitals are?
Yes, but pelvic is like when I see the pelvic area, it's like
yeah. Well, the manual.
So he was massaging her vagina.
Yes.
Okay.
By a doctor or midwife, until the woman experienced a hysterical paroxysm, which is an orgasm. That's not what they called it then. That's not what they knew that it was. Doctors did not view this as sexual, but rather as a mechanical medical treatment. Like they were not only were they not concerned with if a woman was having an orgasm, who cares if a woman gets off during sex? That was not a part of this time frame, right? So like that wasn't a thing. They're just like, oh, she's fucking crazy. She's retaining some water. She wanted to read a book. She's clearly got hysteria. We need to get her into the doctor to massage her genitals. But you know, for these doctors, it was time consuming and it often would lead to hand fatigue. For the man doctors, right? Because women could not be doctors, but there would be midwives that could help. So what was created to support doctors treating women's hysteria? It wasn't even created to help the women. It was created to help the doctors not have hand fatigue. Whiny fucking men. In the 1800s, Dr. Joseph Mortimer Granville invented the first electrical mechanical device known as the Granville's hammer. It was initially designed for sore muscles, but quickly found another popular use among women needing relief from hysteria. These early vibrators were large, plugged into walls, and marketed for women's health without any mention of sexual pleasure. So the vibrator was created to help men's doctors not have so much hand fatigue when they massaged out women's hysteria, which was just giving them an orgasm because they probably weren't getting enough from their husbands and they were cranky. So by the early 1900s, vibrators were now sold in Sears catalogs alongside fucking blenders and toasters. And when they appeared, however, when we jump into the future, when they started to appear in pornographic films of the 1920s, the vibrators became stigmatized and the sales dropped until like the 60s, 70s sexual revolution. And then now they take all my money. But
I'm like so disturbed by everything you're reading. And then
which part?
And then you said that vibrators takes all your monies because you're buying all the vibrators. So thank you. You kicked me out of my disturbed.
Well, so Victorian doctors essentially invented the vibrator because they were tired of massaging women into calmness. Like, thank God for those fucking tired hands, though. Let me tell you, because
I just can't believe this. Like,
well, and that's what I was like. Why it matters? Like, women have constantly been misdiagnosed, misunderstood, and minimalized in medical history as well as just like in life in general. Like,
yeah, but we're the ones who can have multiple orgasms,
but nobody gave a shit about us having orgasms back then, especially back then.
Like, they're so unaware. Like, even women, like, so unaware.
Oh, speaking of, just a correction corner really fast. So, do you remember the episode where I was talking about how the clitoris has 8,000 nerve endings?
Yes.
And you were like, no, that's a really high number.
8,000 nerve endings?
I was wrong.
Really?
That's a cow's clitoris.
What? You were reading something and it said cows and you didn't realize it was a woman?
No, it's that what I was reading said women's vaginas. And then when I was looking up different things online earlier, I found out that that actually is a fact about cows' clitorises. Cows have 8,000. Women have more than 10,000. And there are some that are so minuscule that even their nerve testing things can't detect. Excuse me. So there could literally be, there's basically 10,000 plus. Yep. Huh. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm really sorry that I said that we had 8,000. Like... No. I actually was thinking about a cow's vagina, apparently. But I do know an oddly large, I know a lot about cows. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you.
It's kind of strange.
It is really strange. Like, my daughter sent me a text message, like, earlier this week. She's doing, I don't know what she's doing, but apparently she's doing something on climate change. Mm-hmm. And what she chose as her topic was cow burps. But she didn't tell me cow burps at first. She said, oh, look, my instructor sent to me, and he's like, oh, you should definitely include cow farts. And I was like, what is he talking about? She's like, oh, I'm doing climate change, and I'm talking about cow burps. I was like, well, I don't know why he's talking about cow farts. They produce very little methane. It's mostly their cow burps that are causing a problem. And she's like, I know, but it just, and I was just kind of like, and then I said, it's stupid how much I know about fucking cows. And I was like, not actually fucking cows. I meant just cows. Yeah, it was the whole thing.
I didn't even know cows burped.
Yeah, they burp, and it's actually polluting. So when we have all these dairies where we're just getting all these cows so we can make tons of money on fucking milk and beef and this and that, we're actually polluting the planet because their burps produce so much methane. And then we have so many, like, cow...
And the whole entire factory is creating a lot
I mean,
of
have you driven down the 58?
I read a whole book about that.
If you drive up the 58 towards Bakersfield, it smells like shit.
Yes, I remember driving through there, and I'm like, Mom, why does it stink?
And that is not the pollution that we're smelling. That's just a stinky cow. But it just...
I thought it was all their shit.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's their shit. But that's not what's polluting. Their burps is what's polluting the planet, but they still smell, and that also sucks. So there's that. But I love cows. Don't get me wrong. I love cows.
I don't think I've ever seen a cow, like, face to face.
I'd let a baby cow suck my finger.
No way.
More than one. So my grandpa was a cattle salesman.
Oh, really?
So he was always like going and sourcing cows and inspecting them. And so he would take me with him sometimes and show me the baby calves and teach me how to,
how fun.
That's how I know a lot about cows.
Well,
about fucking cows.
Well, that's cool.
And their vaginas, apparently. Yeah. All right.
I didn't know they had clitorises either.
I think, yeah, like, are they just
do they have
are they just having all kinds of
like
orgasms? Like, I wonder if their milk tastes better if they have an orgasm before you know? I don't know.
Probably.
But like, could you rub off my cow before you milk it? Please? Because, like, I just want that good milk. Oh, okay, so then the next thing I'm going to talk about is ancient Greece. Nope, that's Egypt. I can read.
I love Egypt.
And it's like pre-3000 BC. We're talking way back in the fucking day, right?
Wait, can I just interrupt real quick?
Yeah.
I want to start making the earrings.
Oh, yeah.
Do I need loopy doopies or do I just bend the chain?
No. You're going to need loopy doopies. Technical term. All right. So ancient Egypt, way back in the fucking day. Like wall paintings day. All right. So wall paintings in Thebes suggest that linen sheaths were used for disease prevention. They were aimed primarily at preventing infections like, big word, I didn't look this word up. It was not about pregnancy. It was about preventing diseases. So they used a linen sheath. So we're talking about the first condoms ever.
You mean they wrapped it like a condom? A
cloth condom made from tightly woven linen, sometimes soaked in chemicals or oil to make it less porous, and tied with a ribbon or string. So it's like it's a dick in a box, but it's not. It's a linen sheath. A little bow on it. And then, ancient China, 1000 BCE. Condoms were made of oiled silk paper. But also in Japan, they used tortoiseshell or animal horn guards. And those were really uncomfortable. So they weren't a huge hit. It didn't make people that horny. Get it? Because they're horns? No? Okay.
No, I'm
sorry. My bad. Whatever.
No, it is funny. I'm sorry. I'm just
I'm just kidding.
Out. We're not spacing out. I'm just...
So then in ancient Greece and Rome, they started using animal bladders or animal intestines for disease prevention, like syphilis and things like that. Yeah, there was like... And I asked, when I was doing the research, I was like, well, what, how did they know that it prevented diseases? Like, especially ancient Egypt, when they're still doodling on cave walls or, whatever, like, how did they know that these things, and it literally just said it was not biological science or anything. It was just noticing patterns.
Oh.
So, there was some fucking freak that was like, I'm going to wrap this linen on my dick and then have sex. And then be like, oh, well, all these people had syphilis but me. I wonder why. And it, literally, trial error patterns. And they just noticed it was a thing. It wasn't that they, did any kind of, science. Or it wasn't like, oh, what we've learned is that if we protect our penises, we don't get diseases on it. It wasn't like that. It was just noticing patterns and things like that.
That's how I figured out stuff with my ex. Because it's covert because of these patterns.
Right. But it helps
us. In everything.
But it helps us, right, to have the interwebs, to be like,
nowadays,
here's what I'm experiencing. Is this normal? And then they're like, this is the normal behavior with the DSM-5, which explains, mental health and, all of the different, narcissism, things like that are explained in the DSM-5 because you have to have certain patterns of behavior that make you diagnosable. Yeah. And they were just like, if I wrap my dick in this fucking linen, I don't get syphilis. My buddy got syphilis, and we had sex with the same person, but I put a little bow on my dick, so I didn't get it. It's amazing.
They did that.
Well, and again, it comes all down to like they're not doing it to help women; they're doing it to prevent men from getting diseases.
Yeah.
Renaissance Europe. Gabriel Falloppio, the autonomous that gave his name to the fallopian tube. So yes, our fallopian tubes are named after a man. I'm just throwing that out there. Oh, thank you, Gabriel. Good old Gabe.
Jeez.
Yeah. Documented the first scientifically described condom. He recommended a linen sheath soaked in a chemical solution to prevent syphilis and tied on with a ribbon. But again, they were not for contraception. They were for disease control during Europe's syphilis epidemic. So in the 1500s, 1600s, everybody be getting syphilis. And then they be getting crazy and getting creative. We got so much good art out of this time frame. Anyways, we get art. We get great art from every time frame. Anyways, era. Time frame is such a basic word. Anyways. All right, 17th, 18th century Europe. Animal membranes. So by the 1600s, 1700s, condoms made from animal intestines or bladders became way more common. They were expensive, but they were reusable, and they were always primarily used by wealthy and also in brothels. Because they were fragile and inconsistent, disease prevention was inconsistent. But men liked them better because they weren't animal horns. Some men have penises so small that I wouldn't mind if they strapped on an animal horn. And then they're schmying. The rubber revolution. I just like to say that. I was excited about it. So 1839 through 1855, Charles Goodyear invented a tire, and everybody used it to have sex with. No, I'm just kidding. But Charles Goodyear, Goodyear. Right, did I say that or say Goodyear?
I can't really hear through my left ear.
Oh, that rhymes. Did I say Goodyear? You're like, I can't really hear through my left ear. I'm sorry. I know that's sorry. Yeah. I took an Adderall like way too late in the day, so I'm all hyped up on the fucking Addy right now. Anyways, so his invention Charles Goodyear's invention of vulcanization revolutionized materials science by making rubber durable and elastic. So by 1855, the first rubber condoms appeared. Thick, reusable, and often only covering the glands or just the tip of the penis. Full-length versions arrived later and were often custom fitted. So you could go online with the dimensions of your penis. Oh, wait. 1855. You just had to go to the local condom tailor and get measured. But first you'd have to be erect. So the tailor would probably have to this isn't a fact, this is just what I'm assuming in my head. They'd probably have to get you hard to measure you in order to make you a tire condom that you could reuse. Fun fact. This is fun fact. It's not really that fun, but early rubber condoms could be washed, dried, and reused multiple times. And they were advertised as economical protection. So it was just like less uncomfortable than a horn. But I'm still really picturing a fucking tire. Probably because of Goodyear. Like I just can't.
That's what keeps coming in my head. Tire
coming in her head. Not if he's wearing a tire condom. It would not come in your head at all.
Just like, that's not very smooth.
No, but it might be ribbed.
Ribbed
for your pleasure. Depends on the tread. So the latex era, 1920s, 1940s. So in the 1920s, latex replaced the vulcanized rubber. creating thinner, cheaper disposable condoms. By the 1930s, latex condoms had completely replaced the tire condoms. During World War II, actually, governments distributed condoms to the soldiers to prevent diseases. And at this time, they started to use them to prevent unwanted pregnancies. Because the man soldiers couldn't keep it in their pants when they left home. And despite their effectiveness, condoms were subject to obscenity laws in the U.S. and many countries until the 1970s. So literally couldn't advertise condoms. Like a lot of places couldn't sell them, things like that, because it had to do with sex. And so then it was obscene in America. But I really like this, that the modern impact, right? Condoms became a cornerstone of public health. They dramatically reduced the rates of STIs like syphilis and then later HIV, which was a big thing in the 80s, right? So it really helped control a lot of these things. They empowered individuals to control reproduction and disease prevention safely and affordably. And even with centuries of stigma, condoms represent one of the most significant medical tools for sexual health ever developed. Until women had rights. Anyways. So, yeah. And I wanted to mention that in the 1970s is when the advertising restrictions were lifted. And so condoms were able to kind of re-enter the mainstream sexual health discussions because they were no longer obscene, right? But that also the 60s and 70s was the like sexual revolution, and people were sex and love and free, and that's when there was like Charles Manson and all these people doing all of the things. And
I know another. Were you done?
I'm totally done.
Or I thought it was because I interrupted you.
No, it's because I'm done. Nope, nobody that interrupts me gets to that kind of attention. No.
I heard they used to use, I know this is a true fact, but I don't remember when, but they used to use lemons, the half of a lemon, squeezed out lemon, and kind of like a diaphragm. They would stick it in the woman's vagina. And the acidity from the lemon would kill the sperm, the acidity.
Yeah. Probably the mood, too, a little bit of burn.
Yeah.
Unless they
sounds very unpleasant.
Unless they like it a little rough. I don't know.
I guess. And how did they get it out?
You just pull it out.
Yeah.
It's not like... Our vaginas are only like 5 inches deep.
I know. You know, it's funny. When I went to that hash that one time, that one guy was telling me a story about how this chick called him because she had a rubber ducky in her vagina that was stuck in her vagina. Oh, that's ducky fucky. Yes. Yeah, because he's a nurse. Yeah. Or fucky ducky. Or a ducky paramedic fucky. Or something. Yeah. And he said he went over there, and when he was telling me the story, I was like, things can't get stuck in girls' vaginas. They always come out. Like, even if they're stuck up there, they come out eventually. Like, naturally. No. So this certain shapes of things, though, when you try to pull it out, it creates a suction, and so it won't. Oh. Yeah. I think of it that way, kind of like an umbrella. Remember when I was talking about the butt stuff? The butt, the things that go into butts? Though. It's not, though. Essentially, what it is it depends on the thing that you put up there. Yeah, some things you can put up there, and then you can just take it out. Well, it has a wall, and I feel eventually like getting pushed out because it's connected to our ab muscles. Yeah, but it won't get pushed out. But it won't go any deeper. Like if it was in our butthole, it might continue to go. But but that doesn't mean that you can actually get it out. Sometimes they have to go in and get it out because it creates a suction. Yeah, it creates a suction, and then you can't get it out. Yeah. Okay. It is a whole thing. So it was a prank though, because she ended up filming him. And she just wanted something. She just wanted him to be all up in there. Yeah, it was. But anyways, that was really, really. I don't know the word to say. You're talking about the stuff you just talked about. And I know that it was like super fast, but like I also had some shit I want to talk about just about like my week and stuff. So I was like, you know what?
I would like to talk about how women's hysteria, because that ties into what I want to talk about, right?
Okay.
Women's hysteria. And oh my God, she has an opinion. And oh my God, whatever else. And then like what it ends up being is not that, right? Like, that's what they thought then. And, oh, well, they're just, and it ties into the whole, like, women are, oh, they're so emotional. And, right, we talked about this a couple weeks ago where I'm like, there is no more of an emotional person that I have met than a fucking man. They are so egotistical and upset about things that literally they're way more emotional. And they have way more of an emotional response to things than I have ever. I've seen more men act emotional than women in general.
So, have you had any man babies this week?
No, but I had a hard week at work where
With your man babies?
one man baby, no. And actually this one is not a man baby, but he crossed the line that pissed me off. And as a woman, and I've been in logistics for 20 plus years, and I got hired on at this company, and I've been doing my best, and it just feels like every time I think I'm doing great, somebody's like, well, this isn't right. And I'm like, okay. And then they say something like, you're level 5, so I'm expecting this thing from you. And I'm like, okay, well, like, this isn't my forte, and but I'm doing my best with what I have, and I'm researching, and I'm learning all these things, and like and so one of the coworkers that I get along with the best so far was like, is this task done? And I was like, no, it's not. Well, the task that you gave me with this handful of tasks to do, I got those done. Well, no, we need to get all of them done by today. And I was like, all 200? And I was like, no, I didn't get that done. I thought you just meant that these ones that you gave me needed to be done. Like, I can't get 200 done that fast. I'm still new, and also like there's a lot of parts involved in this thing that I have to do. And he said something along the lines of, well, aren't you level 5? You're a level 5. Shouldn't you know more about this database than me? Isn't that a fair assumption?
Is this the one that is trying to make you look bad?
No, this is not that one. This is actually one that I actually like a lot and get along with. And so I was like, so now I'm not only am I hurt by the fact that one of the people that I thought like had my back didn't. I fucking was like, no, that's not a fair assumption. I was very specific in the interview with people that I was interviewed by, which was not you, that I didn't know a fucking thing about this fucking database. Zero knowledge of this database. So having that assumption is setting me up for failure, because I don't know who gave you that assumption. I was not under the impression that I got hired because of my knowledge of this thing that I was very open about not knowing. I was pissed. At that point, I was like, and you know what? I'm fucking tired of, because I don't know how to do this one task at this one fucking company, that you are negating 20 fucking plus years of my logistics experience and anything else that I fucking know. Like, just because I don't know this thing at this company, I'll get it with time, but don't make me feel like I don't have 20 years of fucking experience. I didn't get where I'm at. I didn't get hired on as a level 5 because I'm a fucking idiot. Later on, he did want to call me, and I said, I'm not up to a call. I don't actually want to talk on the phone right now. He's like, look, I think you deserve to hear my voice. Like, he was trying to smooth things over because I laid into him hard. I was like, I'm fucking tired of having to fucking explain why I'm a level 5. Not to mention that I interviewed, but I didn't interview for a level 5. I met these people who saw my resume and they said, come in for an interview. I didn't even know I was a level 5 until like a month ago. I didn't know what I was going to be doing. I never had any expectations set for me. I literally had no idea that I was maybe even somebody that was in charge until like a fucking month ago. So I'm like, I didn't choose to be the level 5. They saw my resume. They saw all my skills. I was completely honest because, especially as a woman, you can't make mistakes. So I can't lie on my resume and then fuck up, right? It's going to show up like a bigger beacon than if it was a man. Mm-hmm. And so I am very honest. Hey, I know all of this and this and this. I'm familiar. That thing, don't have a clue about it. And they put me in a level 5 position. And just because I don't know this task doesn't mean that I don't know a million other fucking things. So come at me one more fucking time with how I don't know this one fucking thing and give me 6 more months and I'll be the fucking master of it. I'll do it fucking faster than anybody else on the team, but give me the fucking time to learn it. I mean,
it's like that one specific line of I thought you were a level 5 is so manipulative because it's making you, like, putting pressure on you to make you feel bad that you're not doing what they're expecting you to do, but that's not their expectation is not in line with what they're supposed, like, it's not their expectation is not reality.
Yeah. Well, and I think that what I will give the coworker is that he did say, is that is my assumption. Is that correct? Like, he kind of was like, here's what I think. And I was just like, no, that's false. Maybe you weren't in the interview and maybe the people that interviewed me didn't explain anything to anybody else because maybe they don't fucking need to. But you don't need to assume that I know more than you in this area just to be a level 5. Is there something gross in your mouth?
No, it's a hair, but it's my own.
It's not mine?
It's a little one.
That's weird.
Not like a pube.
Just a little hair, a little guy.
I cleaned a house the other day and there was like 50 pubes everywhere. Curly pubes. It was really gross. But
just 50? Did you count them?
No. Felt like 50.
It looked like 50.
They were like everywhere, all over the bathroom, kitchen floor,
what?
Bedroom.
Do they maybe just have like I know that my ex-boyfriend had also like really hairy legs. And so sometimes like on the soap, I'd be like, you know what? I don't actually think there's this much stuff that's like just his pubes. Because like his leg hair is the same size as his pubes. So I was like, he's just shedding.
Yeah, it's probably just shedding.
But no, he never had
in the most random places, so they just look like pubes.
That's still weird.
Curly.
You're right. That doesn't make it better.
Okay, so your coworker. So it is true. At least he didn't assume, or he was asking.
I think that he initially did assume. Uh-huh. I think that the shithead coworker got to him a little bit, just because he doesn't. No, he's not there to see me versus the other guy, right? Uh-huh. And when I laid into him, he was like, "Oh shit, you're right. I guess I don't know what you said in your interview because I wasn't there." And so I made this assumption falsely, or I heard somebody else say, "Well, she should know this if she's a level 5," and that is not how I didn't get hired on a level 5 because I know this database or that database. I got hired on level 5 because of my overall experience. And also I didn't say, can I be a level 5?
Yeah.
I'm working hard. I'm doing what you're telling me to do. I'm doing what I've learned to the best of my knowledge. And here's where I'm at. But like,
I think that's great that you went off on him, or like you laid into him, because if you didn't do that, would he ever know, Not that.
Well,
I mean, like, you kind of like jostled him out of his,
It did. It did. That's a great way to phrase
trying
it.
To think about
no, that's right. No, that's right. Like, it did. It jostled him.
Yeah.
Out of being like,
and he's a good person, it sounds like. Yeah. So he's looking at it and being like, oh, because I've had the wrong impression about people before, and I felt bad because then I found out from them that I was wrong because I was listening to everybody else's perception of them.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know them well enough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm mad at myself for not,
giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, giving them the benefit of the doubt just by hearing these stories. But sometimes people, like the little weasel, the other one,
yes,
they're really good at making stories and playing the victim or twisting things and telling everybody and spreading all this stuff.
Yeah. And it's easy when you're talking to somebody who works far away and he doesn't have any like actual everyday reference.
Yeah.
But I've done so many pieces of logistics that I have such a well-rounded, not only that, but I have OEM logistics experience. I have DOD, military logistics experience, and I have civilian DOD experience. I have the trifecta. Sure.
Have you told them, the world that watches us, what you do so they understand what you're talking? Have you? I just don't remember.
Actually, I don't know. Yeah, so I am in logistics.
I don't even know what logistics mean. I know because you've explained it to me a little bit, but
I'm in the aerospace logistics industry. So my entire career, I started off Air Force and I did maintenance and logistics. And then I got out of the military and I worked as a planner and an expediter, which is another aspect of logistics, but it was in manufacturing. Yeah. So what I did was I helped make sure the people making the parts for those UAVs, which is an unmanned aerial vehicle, right? Had everything they needed at the right time at the right place to make said part, to then take it over here to make the next said part, to then build the overall UAV. So I basically did cradle to grave parts stuff. And then I worked for Northrop Grumman and I worked on a black program, so I can't talk about what I did there.
Well, I just wanted like a general understanding just in case people don't know what you're talking about. Because when you first told me about it, I had no idea.
What I do...
And so when you're like talking about work, I don't know, like...
It's hard to explain.
I kind of have an idea, but... So did you learn a lot of the stuff through experience or like schooling?
Military. When I got out of active duty, I was still in the Air National Guard, but I ended up getting my bachelor's. And then I got my master's in organizational management and project management. And a lot of that had a lot of supply. So it's supply chain, where you get things, how you get things. It teaches you. It's just logistics in general. And so I not only have that experience, I also have my fucking degree in it. And I'm like, you're a level 5.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like from what I've heard from you, it's this little fucking weasel who tries to manipulate the situation because...
Which is why he's not a level 5.
Yeah, and he doesn't like that bad bitch comes in and is above him.
I'm allowed to not know how to do something at the company because it's something I've never done before. That's totally fine. And nobody told me when I got hired on, hey, by the way, we're going to have you be doing this thing. We know that you don't know anything about it, but we feel confident that you'll figure it out. Nobody said anything. They're just like, oh, you're hired, you got the job.
You know, like when people like do stupid shit when you're driving, I just want to see if you look as stupid as you drive. Like somebody will cut me off and when I pass them, I literally would just look at them. Oh, you're a little
old man.
Weird looking person. You match.
You're 16.
You match.
You didn't have a clue what you were doing. I'm sorry I yelled at you because you're clearly just a dumbass.
Yeah, and I've taken a hard good look before I rage.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Because then I feel bad. I remember one time this chick like drove by me and she was like, she did the stupidest crap. She like almost got me in a car accident and I drove by her and she was like scrunched down in the seat and she's like,
Oh, she probably
I'm
was
like, okay.
well,
I
and that's
won't
the thing
rage
is,
at
like,
you.
I always feel like we've all made mistakes driving, right? We've all pulled
Yeah,
out in
I
front of
always think
somebody,
of that too.
not seeing somebody or whatever, or had a bad day. And I remember, like, just a couple of months ago, I was driving and the cars all of a sudden stopped, and I didn't know what was going on, so I got over, and I guess another car was trying to get over, but I couldn't see his blinker because there was like another car.
Yeah.
And so I just got over, and I think he was mad or whatever. And so like then he ended up pulling up next to me, and I literally was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, because I didn't know that he was trying to pull out too.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then he rolled down his window and he was like, "No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have got mad."
Oh, see,
Yeah.
you know, you made him feel guilty for raging.
Well, I think it's because in his mind he was like, "Oh, this," and then he was like, "She didn't mean to," and
See,
I
that's
responded,
what the world
and
should be like.
and I was like, you know what? But as people driving in the cars, like, we shouldn't have to fucking wave somebody down and say sorry. Like,
Yeah.
you should know that, like, some people just do things and they don't mean to cut you off. Like, sure, people might do it on purpose, but
Yeah.
people just make mistakes. There's been times where I thought I was going to get over and I was like, oh my gosh. Or, you know, there's been times when my
Dude.
daughter was driving and she was too young to know smart things and look the right way. And then people are riding her ass. Why is she not going fast enough? And this and that. And I'm like,
Well-
she's 5.
Well, the thing is, too, there's a bunch of people out there that are just, like, living life like they just need to, like, they're pissed, like, all
Yeah.
the time. And then it comes out when they're driving. And I just sit there, like, I'll just be chilling, you know, like, because when I'm driving, I'm, like, in my car a lot. And I'll just, like, be listening to podcasts. I'll be like,
Yeah.
do. And
I know.
And I'm, like, I'm, like, driving the speed limit. And somebody will be coming by, like, tailing me, and they get pissed, and I can see their arms waving around, and then they go around me, and I'm like, just watching them. I'm like,
Like, do you know what an idiot that you look like?
miserable
Yeah.
motherfucker, and I'm just being entertained right now. And
I always think to
there's a
my-
lot of people like that, though.
I always think, like, they, like, start, like, I'll be going a certain speed because there's a car in front of me, and then someone will
Yeah.
come up behind me, like, ride my ass, like, I'm the reason why things are going slow.
Yeah.
And I just, in my head, think, you know, I'm listening to murder podcasts right now. Yeah. Like, I'm listening to Morbid. I'm listening about how Jack the Ripper is dismembering and just deboweling fools. And, like, you wanna ride my ass? Like
you have no idea.
You need to ride the ass of somebody who listens to less murder.
That is hilarious.
In my mind, I just love murder. So, like, fuck with the person who likes to listen to the fairy tale podcast. Because they're going to be like, oh, we're so sorry, I'll move out of the way. And in my head, I'm like, about to Jack the Ripper this motherfucker.
Jack the Ripper.
I'm about to fucking torso killer this fool. Yeah, the more morbid you listen to, you know what I'm talking about. I love that. I love that podcast.
That's a really good show.
Shout out to
I just
Morbid.
have to, like, take it in, you know, like, pieces, you know?
Well, there are some because Morbid goes into a lot more explicit detail than a lot of the other ones. I love the storytelling. I love the two people. I love their banter. I love everything about them.
Yeah, that's why it's a great show. It's
But there
great.
are times when it starts to get in too much detail, and there's certain things about kids and stuff that I have to, like, fast forward.
That's why I can't listen to it anymore. Like, because I listened to almost the whole thing of the recent one.
Look at Game.
Game. Oh, how cute.
Oh, but so how was your week? That was my week. Fucking coworkers. Did anything else happen? I didn't fucking talk to Schmayan for, like, I was having such a bad. I'm sorry that I asked you about yours and then I went into more about mine.
No.
But
I don't really know what to
I was
say
so
about my
depressed
week, so keep
in general.
talking.
I'm depressed about my knee. I'm depressed about all this stuff, and so I just got into a real dark place. And so I didn't really, I hardly talk to anybody. I didn't do anything. I couldn't
keep plans. I didn't know what I was going to do until the last fucking second. So I didn't really
I should have called you, man, because we could have just crafted together.
Yeah, or something.
I was in a dark place too, and I didn't have my kids all week.
And I felt guilty, you know, because like I wasn't hanging out with anybody. I was taking on everything. I didn't know what I was going to do until the last second. I didn't really talk to Schmayan, and I was like, oh, I'm sucking, because I just was like, I'm miserable, and I don't want. If I talk to him, I'm just gonna be like, meh, you know. And so I just was like, I just needed my space. So I was like, I just need to be by myself. And my fucking Cricut broke and all these things.
Wait,
and I
so
was
did
like,
you get another Cricut? Because I was on social media today and I saw some sparkly things that you were printing. What were those?
I used my new Cricut to cut some triangles out of sequin fabric, so I can sew them onto an elf costume that I'm making.
Oh,
yeah, because
that is so cool. Someday I am going to get a Cricut, because not only does it print stuff to make wine glasses, hats, and material too, and this.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about Cricuts.
Yeah, it does a lot. And I got it was expensive, but I was like, you know what? I use this thing so much that like it's totally worth it. It'll pay for itself really fast. Really fast.
It's worth the money, swear.
So I got one. And that did help like kind of lift my spirits a little bit, because I was down. It was like my knee is broken, my Cricut is broken, my sewing machine is broken. And I was just like, I'm getting fat. Like, everything was just bad. And so I got the Cricut. I did feel a little bit better. I was like, okay, cool. And it's the nice one. I'm like, oh, it does all kinds of stuff.
That's wonderful.
And then, you know, work stuff was hard, but then me getting all the work done, I think my coworker finally seeing that I was getting stuff done, I was like, okay, I'm feeling better. But it was, I did a lot of nothing. The last couple of weeks, I've just been like, or last week, I was just kind of depressed.
Yeah.
Like, not kind of.
What date were you depressed?
What?
When did, like, was there any specific day that you were, like, super depressed?
No, it was the
whole week?
Yesterday was the first day, but I think it's because Sam came home. Yesterday was the first day that I started to feel a little bit better. It's probably been 2 weeks.
Oh, I remember talking to you on Friday, last week when we recorded. That's when I started to get super depressed. But I was depressed
because of talking to me?
No, like I'm just trying to. The reason I'm trying to think of the time period is because I was telling my friend the other night, I'm super depressed, and she's like, when did you get depressed? And she looked up like the moon cycles. I know you're not like into that kind of stuff, but it happened the exact day that I was at the lowest of my lows. And even in my head, I was thinking, I don't usually go this low into darkness, but like I literally want to die right now. And I'm like, I don't really have any good... I mean, I had reasons. There were things that were happening in my life that were really depressing to me.
There's also things happening to your body as we get older. You know? Our hormone changes will affect our mood.
But she read this moon cycle that is like, this is when... The day that I was like super low. And I'm not saying it's all that. You know?
Yeah.
It was a contribution to my already like circumstances that
and
were
also
happening.
like if that is something that gives you some kind of relief, then like that it's worth it in the end, because honestly, like being depressed and knowing that you're, because I'm diagnosed with major depressive disorder, knowing that you don't actually just know when it's going to end, because you know it's not the moon, because you know that you're diagnosed with major depressive disorder, then you just have to be like, well, when is this going to end? Is it going to end? Can it end before I ruin something? Is it going to end before I ruin myself?
Yeah, knowing that it's going to end is a relief. I used to tell myself that when I was in hours of fucking child labor with no pain medication. I was like, this will end.
This will end.
And that's one thing that told me, like, it's okay. It's going to be over.
Yeah.
But but when I was in the depths of my despair, I was like, this is not like me.
Yeah.
And it will end.
Yeah,
But,
and that's why I think,
yeah.
like, if that's something that helps people to think about, then I'm, like, all for it. That's how I feel about religion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know, there's a lot of people that use religion. It helps them get over, you know, addiction and this and that. And I'm like, if that's what helps people,
That's what helps a lot of people.
then
'Cause
religion
they're-
is fucking
yeah.
real and helpful because of that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not great. I don't want it, you know, but I don't need it for that.
Yeah.
But if it helps one person with something like that, then I think that it's good. I mean, I also, you know, I don't think that, like, I'm not saying that, like, I think it's good as a
I know
general.
you
I'm
don't
just,
want the
you know.
moon stuff, but I love it. I do believe. I think it is scientific too. I need to learn more about it. But
Well, I know that, like, the moon has effects on the tide, so there's a gravitational pull, but I know that I have major depressive disorder. For me, I don't get to use the moon as an excuse. Or as...
I'm not using it as an
I know,
excuse.
again, it came out as bad. But I meant it was like, there is no amount of moon that I know is the reason for my depression. Like, I didn't mean as an excuse, as in, like, whatever. I meant, like, even if it's a real thing, it's not a real thing for me, because mine is an actual diagnosis.
Yeah.
Is what I meant.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry that came out like like that. That's not what I meant. I just meant, like, I'd love to be like, oh, it's just the moon
just
cycle.
sounded like
but
it.
instead, for me,
But
I'm like,
I know. Yeah, I know.
for me, I'm like, actually, it's the depression
Don't
cycle.
use moon as an excuse. I know that's
For
such a
me,
bit. It's just
for
funny.
me, it's like, I'd love to be like, oh, it's the moon, but it's actually my poor mental health.
Yeah.
It's my neurotransmissions.
Do you take medication for that? Okay.
I do.
I've never been on medication. I mean, but I've also never been
Oh, I
diagnosed
I
with
can't
anything.
I can't not take an antidepressant, or
So
I will be.
have you always been like that? Like, I really am curious,
Yeah.
like, how it works, because I mean, I say that I get depressed, and I have had that problem. Even this one guy told me, he's like, you need to be at jiu-jitsu because you're like me. You have depression problems. And I was like, I do?
And don't let a fucking
Just because I'm, like, super shy doesn't mean I'm depressed.
yeah. Also, yeah,
But-
he doesn't fucking know.
But I know that, well, I love him. He's super awesome. He's
Cool.
He's super supportive to me. I know that's just one thing he said to me.
Yeah, okay.
But
I'll refrain from. You got lucky this one time, motherfucker.
it's the one that said he's scared of you. So
Oh,
No, but
one
he's-
more chance. No, I'm just
no, he's wonderful. He's been one of the most supportive people to me, and has seen. So the flying monkeys and the narcissist has tried to spread in our community, has tried to spread lies about me, but he's never believed any of them,
yeah.
and he's always supported me. But and that's why I love him, and he's a good human. He doesn't. He does things out of the goodness of his heart. He doesn't care more about money. So I don't know what it actually means. I've heard that when somebody really actually has depression, it's not somebody that just says, "Oh, I'm sad today." Like, it's an actual.
And for me, it lasts a longer time. So, like, depression is normal for everybody. When you go through something, when you're overwhelmed or too stressed out,
Yeah.
you have, like, burnout, which can be this and that. And then sometimes you just have a brain that does not produce enough serotonin. It does not regulate.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't know, like, the real, like, diagnosis of depression. I don't know if I have that. I don't think I do, honestly, because a lot of times it's just life experiences that, like, make me depressed.
Exactly, which is totally normal, and a lot of people. I mean, some people can still dip down low, but they can pull themselves out or whatever. Like, I can't. I absolutely have to be in therapy. I have to be on medicine because I cannot pull myself out. And there are times when I quite literally am afraid of myself.
Really? See,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't understand enough about it to know that, or know the difference between, you know?
Yeah.
So, has it always like been like that for you? Like since you were a kid?
Mm-hmm. It has been like that.
Did your mom like notice it and like try to get you
Well,
help?
so I was just a shitty teenager. And
Like all of us are?
yes, but extra shitty. And no, my whole life, my mom didn't really notice as much as she couldn't manage me. And she had, I don't know how to say it without making my mom sound like a dick, but she had her own stuff going on, and so a lot of what her stuff was causing my life to be chaotic. Hard to tell whether it was like the home life causing issues or if it was the brain. Obviously, life experiences that are bad also trigger down, just like anybody else. If you go through a breakup, I'm going to be down just like you're going to be down in a breakup. Mm-hmm. But my down spirals so down that I might not be able to pick myself back up. And then I can't do anything. And I just wish that I would die.
Wow.
And that's when I become afraid of myself.
Which always boggles my mind when like parents actually
It doesn't
like commit suicide.
It doesn't boggle my mind at all.
No, it boggles my mind that people actually with kids commit suicide.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because I couldn't do that to my kids.
It doesn't boggle my mind at all. Because I have been so depressed.
I get it.
Yeah, I need this. Okay. That like I quite literally have been like, if I wasn't around, Sam's life would probably be so much better.
What?
She wouldn't have to deal with my depression. She wouldn't have to deal with my moods. She wouldn't have to deal with this and that. Like, seriously? I'm probably...
No.
Well, and that's the thing is like, right? It's not a rational thought, but in my mind, I think I'm doing everybody a favor because I'm just ruining people. I'm making people,
okay,
I'm making friends, I'm burdening
speaking.
friends.
That's live from the pit of hell.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like when you're that depressed, it's not a selfish act to kill yourself. You think everybody else is technically better off without you. You're actually doing everybody a favor in your mind. And I just had to make myself the hard rule. The hard rule is never gonna kill myself.
If you ever get, well, I don't know about you, but when I'm in a depressing moment, I kind of like, I feel like I sink into like a hole, and like we were talking earlier about feeling like a burden to people. Yeah. And I had a hard talk with my friend last night. Like, I don't care what you think. You call me up because you're never a burden to me. And I feel that way about you too. Like, and I think the reason I don't call you is because you're so busy and you have such a full life. I bugged her. I'm like, so why aren't you calling me back? And then we had a talk, like when I told her like how I got super depressed this week. She's like, I don't care what you say. We have to be here for each other in those moments. Like, I don't care what, like you need to call me. And I feel that way about you too. Like if you are in that, well, what I was saying was when I'm in that moment of like my dark hole, I don't want to call anybody. Yeah, because I'm like, so that's the hard part. Yes. So that's my point. I went like a little off on that, but that was my point. Like, so we have to find a way to like call before we get into that dark moment, because I get in that dark moment and I don't call anybody because I don't care about anything or anybody or anything, and I just want to die. So I'm not going to pick up the phone and be like, hey, I need some help. Pity me because I'm this pity party.
Well, and you feel like a burden and you feel like a pain and
I feel pathetic. Like, I don't want somebody to like.
It's pathetic, and I feel fat and I feel lazy.
That's how I've been like all week. Well, I mean, I cleaned it a little bit, but part of the reason I cleaned it is because my friend was coming over, last night, but it's just like the other part that's like kind of embarrassing is when I also tell somebody, and which I love you so much. She watches the show. So part of like the part that's hard for me is when I tell people the depths of my darkness and the issues that I'm dealing with, then they feel bad for me, which is fine, you know, or whatever. But and maybe it's my problem because I can't receive help, you know. But like I told my friend, like I'm dealing with my ex, and he's being a giant rat bastard, and he's finally not in control of the money, so he's trying to stall, and he's not paying child support, and I hate the fact that I even have to rely on him and whatever, but like I still need to pay my bills, and I still need to pay rent.
It's not that, first of all, I need you to understand that it's not that you need to rely on him. It's that it is a fucking obligation of his.
Well, thank you for saying that, because I need to hear that.
We got to wrap this shit up because I don't even know how much I'm going to be able to edit out of this. This might have to be a twofer.
I think it's going to be an extra. Cheers, bitch.
But cheers, bitch. Oh, wait. This was great. All right. Cheers, bitch, again.
Cheers.
Sorry.